An Heroku application in which there is an ExpressJS Node.js application which will listen and notify event triggered by Postgres without making a query to Postgres itself. So we'll make a persistent DB connection to the Postgres, and as soon as there is an update in a table, a Postgres will trigger and notify event that will be listened by a Node.js application. So I did Postgres editor, and I have connected the Heroku DB in this, where I have created a test table, a sample table, which has an ID, name, status, and description. So idea is as soon as there is an update in this table, will be notified in the app in the Node.js application without making a query to database. Okay, so for that, what we have to do, we have to create a trigger on this table as soon as there is an update. Okay, and that trigger will uh, perform a notified event which will be listened by Node.js application. Okay, so let me go to the SQL editor where I have created the function and trigger. So first of all, we have to create a function which will perform and notify event. Okay, so this is the function that I have created, and it will perform and notify event, and we have to pass the parameter. This is the name of the notification that we need to listen, and this new gives you the new updated row of the table, and we are sending it back as a JSON. And you have to cast the parameter in pg notify method. If you don't cast them, this function will give you an error while executing it. Okay, so we have created the function. Now next task is, whenever there is an update, a trigger will run which will execute this function, and this function then perform the notify event. Okay, so then for that we have created test table update trigger, which will trigger after update on the test table for each row, and then it will execute the procedure. I mean, execute the function that we have created over here. Okay, so that's the idea. Now, how we'll listen in Node.js? This is how it is. So this is an ExpressJS app. Index.js is the entry point of this application. What I'm doing is we are using a PG npm module for making connection and query to the Postgres. This is the connection string for the Heroku DB Postgres that we have. Now, as soon as we make a connection, okay, so if there is an error, it will respond, so okay, this is an error. And as soon as it is connected, we are subscribing a notification event which will listen the notify event from the Postgres. Okay, and here we are listening the exact exact notification that we wanted to. So the way we have defined update notification here, we have to listen the same event here. Okay, so that's the idea. So the application is already deployed on the Heroku. That is not covered in this video, so I'll tell you how it will work. So I'm opening the application. Okay, so we are connected with the Heroku app. It is running right now. Now we have to check the logs as well as soon as there is update. Okay, so this is the command which gives you the real-time logs. Okay. Now I'm going back to the table, and I am making an update. I'm making this, let's say we are making this status new to in progress, and I am saving this. Okay, so that notification is event has been triggered. It will be listened by this notification subscriber, and we'll get the payload, entire payload in the console.log. So if you see the log, we got the new payload that has been updated. As you can see, the status has been in progress. Okay, so one sec. So this process, this trigger, it is executing for the each row if there is an update. So even if I update in any of the table, let's say if I do this to hello database to exchange to test database, the trigger will trigger will perform the notify event and will get that event over here. Okay, now there's another case that, okay, let's say we want to just trigger, we just want to perform the notify event only based on if there is an update in only in the status column of the table. So what we have to do, okay, so because trigger is already created with the same name, what I'm doing is I'm trying to drop the trigger and then, well, I'll create it again. Okay, so trigger is dropped. Now this is the condition which we need. I've already pasted here and we need to paste over here. So the query will be, I mean the SQL statement will be, I don't know why it's going in a small. So it will create trigger name after update on this table, test table, for each row when there is an old value of a status is different from the new value of a status. Only then this procedure will be triggered. Okay, so I'm creating this trigger now. Okay, there's no error, it has been created. Now if I go back to the table, sorry, if I go back to the table and if I change, this was IMP, so it should not get triggered. Yes, it is not because the value is same. Let's say I change this back to hello database, or let's say any new value, hello test database. Okay, if you see the log, no, there is no notify. Now if I change this in progress to complete, okay, and you can see there is a new error. So the hello test database status is complete, description is this. So this is how we'll achieve the, we listen the notified event triggered by Postgres. So we don't need to make query to the Postgres to check whether the data is changed or not. So that's it. Let's try it.